the role of the workplace in supporting employees experiencing domestic and family violence. Matt Pronger, Programs Manager, Australia's CEO Challenge.
If we're looking at this from a workplace example, if we have a colleague that we're concerned about, thinking about our role in that situation. Yeah, and I think there's a lot of us that you would know you're concerned about someone, and you might intuitively have that feeling you're concerned about X, Y, and Z. They just seem off. Our role then is thinking about actually what we do at that point in time. Yeah, because if we do nothing, and the worst case does happen, how have we taken responsibility as a community or as a workforce? What have we done about that problem? We've noticed some signs and symptoms, and we haven't taken any action. So how we can inquire safely. Yeah, because we don't want to expose someone either, we don't want to make them uncomfortable, but actually how we can safely inquire about their safety and well-being. Yeah, so if you have a direct relationship with that person and you feel safe with that person, how you can actually ask some questions like we were talking about that around their well-being and whether they are okay, yeah, or I've noticed something is going on for you, so in terms of directly approaching that someone, or if you don't know that person well, is there someone else in the office that you know has a close relationship that you could encourage to go check in on that person? So it doesn't have to all be on you. Yeah, it actually could be about engaging those around you that you know, hey, I know this person is really connected with that person, and actually and I might check in with them about whether they're concerned or not. Yeah, we've got to make sure we're obviously not spreading a rumour mill here, but it could actually be a more appropriate approach. Yeah, if you're a male manager and you've got a female officer, you bring her into her office and you shut the door and you start having these kinds of questions, you can see how quite quickly she might shut down. Yeah, so is there someone else that you know who's safe and supportive, you know, who might actually be part of this conversation or could assist you in hosting this conversation with that person, if appropriate? Yeah, so it doesn't have to all be on you. It could be a shared responsibility. In fact, I guess in some respects, the more engaged we have support services, the more available. Now, if we're concerned and thinking it is domestic and family violence, it's also probably going in with some preparation, that we know what's available in our support service, that we know what our policies and provisions says, that we actually have some contact details. Because if they then blindside us and we go, well, I don't know, doing a little bit of our homework there, making sure we're clear about what we can and what we can't offer as a workforce and as a bystander and what that looks like.
Jan Breckenridge, Professor and Head of School of Social Sciences, Co-Convener of Gendered Violence Research Network, University of New South Wales, Sydney.
It's a very difficult thing to disclose, and it obviously shows that they trust you. So acknowledging that it was difficult and that you're really pleased that they've trusted you is an important first step. From that first step, I would be immediately asking about their safety. Have they got concerns for their safety now? Have they got concerns about anyone else's safety? And then ask them to tell you a little bit more about how they think it's affecting work. Because it's really important to make it a focused workplace response. It really shouldn't be a counselling response. It can be empathic and kind and productive without it going over a boundary into counselling. And so focusing on what concerns they have about their workforce performance, what concerns they might have about the way in which their team is affected, and to just at all points ask them how they perceive their situation, what they think will be helpful, rather than presuming that we know. But safety is really important, and if they indicated that there was any immediate harm, then you might need to think about whether you needed to contact your particular security team in an organisation or the police if it was serious enough.
Our whole role in the workplace sense is not to become the specialist support services ourselves, it's to refer in. So we're recognising the signs, we're having the conversations, we're responding appropriately to this person, and then we're making sure we're taking them to the specialist referral pathways. What's available to us in the community? Where can we go? What numbers do we have to call to support this person? Particularly in the workforce sense, if you're a HR or a leader, that we're actually not rescuing or saving this person or taking the whole responsibility ourselves, that we are getting the specialists involved and they're engaging in that service supportively.
If you or someone you know is impacted by sexual assault, domestic or family violence, you can contact 1-800-RESPECT on 1-800-737-732, or via online chat at www.1800respect.org.au. Men concerned about their behaviour can contact the Men's Referral Service on 1300 766 491.